Well, Berkshire Money Management is unique for a few ways in terms of its workforce and its culture. Part of it is I want to have fun. I like what I do, but I like what I do a lot more when we grow, and that's part of it. But also, when I started my career, I had a lot of micromanagement, and in some ways that probably made me a little better because I knew that someone was looking over my shoulder, and so I had to get certain things done. But also was an uncomfortable work environment. And so I felt that I wanted to take the opposite approach and give everyone a lot of autonomy in terms of the decision making. I wanted to hire smart people that already knew what to do, or were smart people I could coach on how to do. And if you look at our mix of workers, I mean, it's a lot of people who weren't doing what they were doing when I first hired them, and they were just smart enough where I knew they could adapt to it. People are used to going into new jobs and learning new tools and doing what you're supposed to do. They're a little less used to the autonomy, but I think they like it. I think they like the autonomy.
My dad and Stacy's dad were really good friends. My dad got into a snowmobile accident, and without even knowing Stacy's dad kind of came to the rescue, and we've been family friends ever since. So, starting out in high school, I worked for Stacy's dad doing construction, and then they offered me the job after high school as a temporary position, and it just worked out well for me. I was going to college full-time and working here full-time.
The long-running bad joke I say is that I know how to hire. Someone does something great, and my pat on the back to them is I know how to hire. It's a bit worn thin, but there's some truth to it. I think that we've done a good job identifying people beyond just their book smarts. Academia is important. If anything, it opens your mind to thinking differently. It's a benchmark to know that someone can be able to grasp some level of principles. But I don't think it's the end-all be-all in terms of the hiring process.
And I think over time, as Alan saw my work ethic and the kind of person that I was, he agreed to begin training me to do this work. I got my Series 65 license so I could actually speak with clients and talk to them about investments. And it just continued to grow from there. Alan has been and is a great mentor for me in this industry.
I remember once we had, I don't even know what to even call it, a gimmick, a trick, a fun little game where at the beginning of the year, I gave everybody $1,000 cash and says, just hold on to this. At the end of the year, you can either keep it or you give it back to me. You keep it if you take a risk and you failed. If you didn't take a risk and fail, I want it back. The idea was you have my trust to do things that are within the scopes of your roles and responsibility, but our roles and responsibilities changes. Every business changes, it evolves. And sometimes you're seeing things that need to change and evolve while I'm doing some other things. So you're on the quote unquote front lines in the trenches and I'm not seeing it. And even if you explain it to me, you're gonna understand it better than me, so do it. It emboldened people, and I think it worked well to let people know this is the culture that I want.
Some of the things that I've really learned from Berkshire Money Management is to be concise and how to get to what matters and down to the point, and all the details kind of convolute what you're trying to say and distort your message. Something I appreciate and I take outside of work. Another thing is Alan's been a fantastic role model. I mean, when you see the way he treats his employees and the community around him, it's hard not to try to reenact that same thing. So Alan's been a fantastic mentor in that sense.
Alan has been wonderful in terms of continuing to mentor, and I've learned through watching him, watching how he carries himself. I learned a lot from him listening to how he would talk with clients.
There's not a real silo feel here. There's not this, everyone has independence, but they're not working independently. They're working together to help this client as a team. And I think it makes it much more fun to work here because you're not just advancing yourself, you're advancing the team, and it's fun that way.